Welcome to part 9 of the Dubstep Glitch Up Power Course. My name's Tom Cosm and we're into bassline number 8. Let's just jump straight ahead. So, a new MIDI track, Command Shift T. Let's rename this to Bass 8. Now, let's see what we've got here. So we've got a space here. So I'm going to insert a MIDI clip. I'm going to actually, what I'm going to do is introduce you to a new concept which I didn't explain before. If we open up this MIDI clip down the bottom, remember if I said you push Command 2, it'll get bigger, Command 1, the grid will get smaller. But you see these are all in perfect kind of standard beats. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, we go in, it halves it, quarters it, rah, rah, rah. If we do Command 3, you see we get triplets. So now if I make this bigger and smaller, we've now got three beats in a bar. Well, this isn't a beat, we've got three increments in a beat. If we make it smaller, we've got 6 again. We've got 12, and so on and so on. So if I add in an operator into this track here and open up this MIDI clip, I'm going to take it off triplets. We can right click and go triplet grid if we want, or turn it off like so. If we put in some notes here, let's go here like so. See how if we stick to the grid, we get 1, 2, 3, 4. But if we go into the triplet mode, you'll see now we can put in 6 of these in a bar. Sounds really cool. Now it kind of sounds similar to the hi-hats because we're swinging this so much that it's kind of playing this note and this note. So basically that's what a swing was doing. But if it wasn't swung, this would be like that. But if we move it over here, we can swing it. But by tripleting the grid, that means we can actually add in another one of these. I'm just going to solo this. Excellent. So let's go into our operator. I'm going to change the waveform to a saw. Maybe make it an octave lower. Control A, Shift down. Go back into our synth. Let's turn on a filter, bring the frequency down, and let's turn an envelope right up. So again, this envelope here now, depending on the decay time, is going to go from the open position to the closed position. Bring the frequency right down. Very good. Now, remember before when we were working with drums, we talked about this little guy, this velocity here. Now, usually that's attached to the volume. That's all good, but we can actually give this anything. We can assign this to anything we want within the synthesizer. So if I open up the synthesizer, we go over to this panel here. This is kind of the global panel. This is where you select, it's kind of like the settings or the preferences panel. This is where we picked our algorithms before. You'll notice we've got these 5 parameters here, which allow us to send whatever these are to a particular part of the synthesizer. And of course one of these is velocity. So I can go, right, well I want the velocity to control okay, let's say volume for a start. Okay, the velocity is controlling the volume. How much of the volume is it going to control? 100%. So now the velocity is going to control the entire volume. If I bring this down, I've selected all the notes. We've got no volume. So we could go through and we could say, oh, we want that one to be louder and that one a bit louder and that one to be quiet. That's quite boring. So we're going to take the velocity off the volume, and let's pick something else. Or what we could do the volume of B. That's interesting. Let's bring B right up. Now, of course, B is frequency modulating A, because we have this algorithm chosen here. So what's happening now is that particular line is telling this oscillation how much of the pitch it's going to frequency modulate of this one. It's quite interesting. Okay, well what else could we assign it to? We don't have to assign it to just one thing. We've got a second option over here. We could say, right, well connection B, so this is the other kind of destination. Let's set that to the filter frequency. How much? 100. Okay, let's select all of these notes. If I select them all and hold down the command key and drag a line here, I can say open up like that. So that's good. I'm going to take it off the volume of B for a sec, so the velocity is no longer frequency modulating, and I'll bring the level down. Let's just move these around a bit. What was that? And let's make them really short for a sec. Make this one long. Awesome. Now let's bring this up again. I'm actually quite liking that. It's very short. Let's see how it sounds with the rest of the tune. Okay, let's get back in here. I think what we need is a bit more decay on the envelope on the filter. What if we bring the attacker? No, this doesn't sound good. Let's give it a little bit of presence. I'm going to add in a phaser here, just quickly. And let's give, you notice the phaser has an LFO amount as well, so let's turn this up, see how that sounds. Turn it into beats mode and pick something, let's say a quarter of a bar. That's what we want. Maybe. Not bad. Let's bring the feedback down on the phaser. This is how long it lasts for. Not bad. And let's bring the dry wet down to about 50%. So we've got some clean signal and we've got some wet signal from the phaser. What if we bring all this up an octave? No, let's bring it down. Let's make some notes go up. Let's go up there to the minor, down. Make this note nog as well. Don't know about that phaser. Let's turn the LFO off. See, as I bring the frequency point in that phaser up and down, it's quite a parameter, but I don't like it sweeping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it up to its maximum amount, double click. Remember we went into the envelopes mode where we can modulate something. We can go phaser and the frequency of the phaser. Now you notice how the line is in the middle here. So before I said it was relative, it was a percentage of 100% or 0%. This isn't the case here. The actual null value is 0, which is in the middle, but we can actually go down to -50 and up to plus 50%. Now this is some of the parameters do have it set like this. So instead of the phaser being at its maximum value that we want to modulate, we need to stick that halfway. And I wonder if we go delete. Yeah, if we hit delete, it'll go to its default, which is exactly 1000 Hertz. So now that's right in the middle. So that means that if we go up here, it'll be the maximum. Down here, it'll be the minimum. So what we can do is we can go into our pen tool, and the grid's already tripleted from before. Let's pick different particular frequencies for that phaser to play on each note. I like that. That sounds pretty cool. Now let's listen to that drum back from the start. Turn the pen tool off and go back. What if we change? Let's change the. Let's change this waveform to a square instead. It's a bit more in your face. We could even add a really subtle reverb after that, maybe. I think it's lacking something. It's bringing the size right down and the decay time, so how long it lasts for, how big it is. Bring the dry wet down to, I don't know, about 20, so there's just a little bit of reverb. I like that. It sounds kind of like it's in a pipe. Yeah, alright. Excellent, I'm happy with that. So let's just select that and group these together, and we will call you What have we used with you? We've used Velocity, so you'll be Velociraptor. Oh, Tom, you're so creative. Fuck. Okay. Cheers. TomCosm.com.